I know you heard the saying before that you get what you focus on, and what you focus on grows. Well, the reason for that is because the first Hermetic law states that life is mental. That means that whatever you focus on, whatever you're constantly thinking and feeling and experiencing in your mind, is what your mind is going to draw towards you, right? And the reason for this video is because we're going through this shift between how we used to do things to the new way of doing things. And I want to explain to you how to shift, how to do things more effortlessly. And the way we're going to do that is from the power of intention. I want to explain this concept. So, when I moved here to Los Angeles, I didn't have it figured out. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have the money. I couldn't see it in my logical mind. I just felt it in my heart, called to move here 4 years ago. And I went through a life-changing experience of sleeping in a car, of walking miles to a restaurant I wasn't getting paid any money, to then getting a better restaurant job. And sleeping in I went from sleeping in a car to an Airbnb to paying every single day for this shared room hostel. It forced me into this place of like meditation and visualization and just praying, like, universe, open this door for me, open this door for me. I need an apartment. But the thing is, people don't know this, but that first apartment I got, I wrote in a journal before I even moved to Los Angeles. I said I wanted to live a certain way. I wanted a specific apartment. I wanted to be in a specific area. I would like, for me to be kind of isolated. I don't want to be in a busy town. I wanted to live this experience of just like kind of being away from everything. And that's exactly what I got. My old apartment was on top of this hill. It was encompassed by like trees. I didn't have a whole lot of neighbors that were even my age. I didn't really have a whole lot of neighbors. And it was the first time in my life I was like kind of away from everything. I wasn't living in a busy, loud town like how I grew up in New Jersey. I intended that experience. And I also intended last week that I wanted to have some fun. It's been a really challenging, transformative past few months. And lately I've just been stepping into this place of like, I want to enjoy life more. I want some more balance in my life. I want to go out. I want to try new things. I want to watch TV. I never even watched TV. When I moved here, I just got to work and trying things and paying for coaching and traveling for masterminds. I never really knew how to balance friendship, social life, and work. I didn't know how to do that. And now I just value relationships a lot more than anything else. And so I made a prayer like last week, like, God, I want to have some fun. I don't want to really focus on it and stress on it, where to go, what to do, or make a list. I want to have some fun. Like, just help me have some fun. Like, you know me better than I know myself. Yeah, that was it. That was the intention. That was the prayer. And ironically, that next day, my friend, he flies out here every year whenever he has a show or something like that. He calls me and he's like, yo, Jeff, I might be performing in Rolling Loud. And I need a place to stay. Can I stay with you? I'm like, yeah, bro, of course. Like, yeah, I got you. And it was cool because he came with his creative director friend who I never met before. And he's younger, he's like 22. When he saw my apartment, when he saw my building, how I live, it was like he was just kind of like a child in a sense. He was just in that high of like life of like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like you really live out here, and the Hollywood sign is, oh my, like he was just really, in that experience, like that joy, that like high of life, that thrill, like, yo, like everything just worked out for him. And it was, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even as I'm sharing it, it's like words can't even describe the high I knew he was on, that high frequency of like, it's all unfolding. It's all working out for him. And that was so dope because it made me reflect on my circumstance and where I am in life. Like, damn, like, sometimes we overlook our blessings. We overlook where we are, how far we made it, And just seeing, my friend has a viral song. It's going big, and it's like cool to just see how far he came in his journey, and his friend now being here and just them having a great time. It's like, it's not even where much like I am doing a whole lot. I'm not talking a whole lot or whatever the case may be, but it makes me happy, and it helps me kind of have fun just seeing them have fun, seeing them live out their dream. And the reason that this is important, going back to intentionality, is because I intended to have a good time, right? And I was able to have a good time and just seeing them have a good time. Like seeing them be happy, seeing them live out their dreams, right? And then two, we attract as we are. So I'm able to attract experiences like that because that's who I am. I have a free spirit nature. I have a positive nature about me. I have a winner's mindset. Like I always see myself like very highly. I only speak about myself in a very highly like way. So the experiences I attract, the people, the relationships are very similar to how I view myself. Like dream chaser mentality, entrepreneur, abundant, wealthy, that's all I attract into my life. And going even further into how much the universe can help you attract things from just an intention, they went to Rolling Loud, and I said to myself, well, all right, well, what now? Like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to Rolling Loud. Like, I didn't pay for a ticket a month or two in advance. Like, I didn't even know. Like, he just showed up. He's doing his thing. Cool. What am I about to do? And I saw someone in my apartment lounge, and I just felt called to just say hi to him. We started having a conversation, and he could just tell I was like really positive. And I told him I'm a life coach because he asked like, what do I do for work? And he's like, oh man, like that makes sense, bro. Like you just have this like radiating energy about you. Long story short, he ended up being like a co-owner to a huge comedy club in West Hollywood or something like that. And he's like, I'm gonna be working around 7 or 10:30. Like you can pick whichever time that you want to come out. I'll put you on my guest list. And that night was kind of close to being sold out. So I didn't know what to expect. After I left my friends later on that night, when we got something to eat, I went to the comedy club and there was a long line. I'm like, oh shoot. But because I knew him, he had me on his guest list, I didn't even need to wait on the line. And this when he came out, he escorted me to a front row seat in a comedy club. And it just wasn't a regular comedy club with like local comedians, new comedians. It was Bobby Lee. It's fucking Bobby Lee. I'm like, oh shit. For real? He's like, yeah, bro, like go sit over there. It was Bobby Lee, all these other comedians, and the whole time I'm just having an amazing time. I'm laughing, and it's just me. And it was just like so cool. I'm like, yo, this is dope. And what's ironic is that I have a list of things I kind of set out as far as experiences I want to experience for the year. And one of those things was just going to a comedy club. I didn't know that I would be going to like a comedy club and sitting basically front row. And the even cool thing about it was at the end of the night, when it was time for me to pay my bill, the server escorted me to the back to the co-owner, and they comped the majority of my bill. I think I only paid like $10. I only paid $10 to have like the time of my life. It was like so cool, and all because I intended that. All because I said the intention, universe, I'm tired of trying and forcing and thinking. Rearrange things and help me attract this experience into my life. I went from force and resistance, and that's, when you're feeling stuck in life and when you're feeling like you have to plan things and figure everything out, that could feel like force, to flow. Flow is like, you know what? God, you know better than I can even imagine. I can't see every step of the way. I can't. As much as I could sit here and try, I don't want to. Show me how. Do it for me. Just illuminate the path for me and I'll just walk the path. And as a result, I got an even better experience. I had a great time. I had a great day. And I had fun. You know, that's the shift. That's the new world that we're stepping into. We're stepping into a world away from forcing everything and having to work so hard and logic thinking, to a world of like flow and letting your higher self and God figure everything out for you, and you just flow with the universe. Things just work out for you, you know? So try it out. Try setting an intention right now. Whatever it is you're trying to attract or create or experience in your life, set the intention of like the universe, creator, God, whatever it is you believe in. Say something along the lines of, I want to experience this. I don't want it to be so hard. I don't want it to be so difficult. Illuminate the path, an effortless path for me to experience this. I surrender it and I let it go to you. And let me know what happens. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.